Hi, I'm Virginia, and I've been a medical copywriter and health content creator for the past 4 years. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can break into medical writing. So let's keep this really short and sweet and straight to the point. The first thing you need is a portfolio. So that can be something where you write your own articles and you publish them yourself on your own website or maybe on your LinkedIn and put them in your featured section, or you can publish them as an article on somewhere like Medium. And once you have your portfolio, make sure that you put it somewhere. So you might even want to try putting it in a Canva document, or maybe create a link tree, which is specifically for your portfolio, or have a website page, which is dedicated to your portfolio. And some people just send a collection of links as examples of work. So when you are applying for work as a medical writer, you're probably going to be asked to give some examples of your work. So have those ready. The second thing you need to do is find clients. So when you find clients, you want to make sure that you can actually deliver the work that they are asking for. So do not apply for too many different things, because that will make having a portfolio really difficult, especially if you can't show an example of that work. So if you're applying for regulatory writing, it's not likely that they will ask for a portfolio, but they might ask about your experience. So if you have no experience, then you shouldn't really apply for that job unless it is a beginner role. So it might be like associate medical writer. So that means you're going to be learning from someone on the job. So when you're finding clients, I would definitely recommend LinkedIn and maybe somewhere like Upwork. And as long as you get 1 or 2 clients that give you a good testimonial, then you should find your next job is much easier to get, and your next client is much easier to say yes to working with you. So the third thing you need to do is make sure you get insurance. So any insurance that you need, and this could be something like private health insurance or private liability insurance. I've got a video all about insurance, which I will link to either up here or up here. And you should go and watch that if you're worried about what type of insurance you need as a medical writer. Most of the time, you might not need insurance. It depends on the contract. So always check your contract before you sign anything. And I suppose that's the fourth thing. You need to make sure that you get a contract when you work with someone, because that protects you legally so that you actually get paid for your work. So one of the things I like about Upwork, for example, is that they have kind of a salary insurance, if you like. So when you actually do work, then if you keep track of those hours with the Upwork timer, I think, then you can actually claim that money, even if the client doesn't pay you. So they have this rule, which is an hour worked is an hour paid, or something like that. And once you start getting all of these testimonials, the fifth thing you need to do is actually market yourself. So marketing yourself sounds strange, because generally I find that people are not very comfortable talking about themselves and selling themselves. So you need to learn the skill of how to sell yourself. Otherwise, you'll find it really difficult to be a freelance medical writer. And it's important that you get used to that feeling of selling yourself for the job that you are trying to do. And ultimately, the easiest way to do that is to share some of your knowledge, or share how you did something, or a resource that you've been reading recently. So, for example, I like to share books that I've read, or a website blog that I found really useful, or a poster, or I like to share my opinion on how to do something, or an experience that I had with a client, or share one of their testimonials. So hopefully that's a few ideas for you to even post that kind of thing on LinkedIn to build up your reputation. And even if someone doesn't need to work with you right now, if you regularly show up in their feed on LinkedIn, then they're more likely to work with you in future, because you are keeping yourself on top of their mind. So they'll remember that they've seen, hey, look, it's Virginia, she does creative stuff. Maybe we don't need to work together right now, but in future, if there's a creative project, I might reach out to her in case. So just keep marketing yourself, even if it feels like you're speaking to an empty room. There are people that are looking at your posts, and people who don't post are less likely to be seen. So it's also a competitive advantage. And finally, the last thing you need to do is you need to network with other medical writers because we like to share work with each other. There's only so much work you can do as a medical writer on your own, and be part of a community as well. So we've got the free Medical Writing for Beginners and Beyond group on LinkedIn, which you can join. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. We've just hit 8,000 members, which is just amazing. We're trying to get to 10,000, so who knows, a future video might be us celebrating that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.